I've been a fan of this YouTube series, Master Saga, for a while now. The premise is that every week, you open some secret packs in Master Duel, and use those to build a deck. But watching the series, I started to notice something. Namely, that it was surprisingly difficult for them to open common cards from the secret packs. So, I started to wonder, is it actually hard to open commons? My basic theory was that because sets have more common cards in them than rares, it was actually easier to open a specific rare card than a specific common. But because every set has a different ratio of card rarities, it wasn't going to be easy to just sit down by hand and figure this out. So, I did what any reasonable person would do. I scraped all the data and built a website that shows the odds for every secret pack. For example, here are the stats for the 10E pack. The graph represents the odds that you pull at least X copies of a specific card of each rarity. So, for example, after opening 10 packs, you have a roughly 65% chance of pulling a common Monk of the 10E, or a 1 in 3 chance of not pulling Monk, but you have an 80% chance of pulling a rare Vishuddha. So, my theory was right. It is easier to pull rares than commons. But how? Yeah, there are more commons than rares in this pack, 16 versus 12, but is that really enough to make a difference? No, in fact, even assuming a pack had the same number of commons and rares, it would still be easier to pull rares. To explain this, let's look at what actually happens when you open a secret pack. The first 4 cards can be any card in the Master Pack, and the odds of pulling a card from the secret pack are low enough that I'm just going to ignore them. So, when it comes to actually pulling cards from the set, you're only getting 4 cards per pack. The odds for each card are 2.5% ultra rare, 7.5% super rare, 35% rare, and 55% common. Except, the last card in each pack doesn't use those rates. The last card is a guaranteed card. If you open 10 packs, this is where you're going to get your guaranteed super or ultra rare. Otherwise, it has the same odds as a regular pack, except instead of opening a common, you're guaranteed a rare. So in each pack, you're only opening 3 cards that can possibly be a common from the pack, and only at a 55% rate. So it's actually more likely to pull a rare than a common. Cool. So what does this actually mean? Well, hopefully it means that you can stop complaining about the fact that you didn't pull a specific common card from your packs. Going back to my 10E example, with a 35% chance to miss a specific common, it's to be expected that you'll be missing 5 to 6 commons from this pack. So it's really not that crazy that you didn't pull a certain card. Also, this is a public website, ygodraft.net/secretpacks. I'm kind of hoping that the people involved in Master Saga will use this to make more educated decisions about their pulls. For example, if you wanted to go into the Eldritch pack, but don't have a craft for Eldritch, you might want to know what your odds of pulling it in 15 cards is. 28%. Not great. Also, I added a pack opener because I was bored. For context, I originally made this site like 3 years ago because I wanted to try opening packs from the Progression series, but the YGO Pro Deck pack opener was bad and slow and covered in ads. But by the time I finished, they mostly fixed 2 of those issues, so this was largely redundant, but it was a fun exercise. If you have anything you'd like to see added to this site, leave a comment. I'm probably going to at least add a better search to the secret packs section, so you can just type in a card or archetype and have it filter down to what packs those belong to, because figuring that shit out for this video was a pain. Why would they not put Eldritch on the Eldritch pack? What were they thinking?